His computer. So second podcast for Bad Movie Night, and it's a Nic Cage special, as there will be many in the weeks to come. Bryson has not clocked in yet, but he will be here soon. So we are talking about Color Out of Space, Jiu-Jitsu, and Outcast. And our guest says clocked in like it's a bad movie shift. Yes, that's pretty much what it is. But yeah, Color Out of Space. That was JB's first movie with us, and he was not pleased with it at all. He's never pleased when we pick a Nic Cage film, I will say that.
I don't think anybody's been pleased by a Nic Cage film in decades.
Well, he watched that one probably well over a year ago, though.
Not quite, because he came back in late July.
Okay, so we're getting there. It's still back. It was very Lovecrafty. It made no sense at all.
No, it was a H.P. Lovecraft movie, and yeah. I was just like, no, this was not good. Like, I've only seen like a few films based off of H.P. Lovecraft works,
and they're weird.
They're all fucking weird.
That's the thing with Lovecraft. It doesn't have to make sense. If it's weird, it's just, oh, it's a Lovecraft.
Yeah, I mean, isn't the point of Lovecraft that it's all just subtext for like racism and misogyny?
Pretty much. Did anyone else here see The Reanimator?
No.
Oh, watch The Reanimator. Me and JB got curious about it one night, and oh my freaking god.
That bad?
It was pretty horrible. Like, and like the worst part is there's 2 other sequels that we will eventually be watching.
The Reanimator and the Reanimator.
I can't even remember. So yeah. Oh, Bryson's clocking in. Hi Bryson, yeah. We are recording. We are talking about Color Out of Space. Did you remember that one?
I do, unfortunately.
Sadly traumatized. Because it was Nic Cage, his wife, and a son and a daughter moved to a farmhouse.
Yeah.
Then something happened, and then it was like a meteor or something, and then that's when stuff started getting weird.
Yeah, a meteor. A meteor apparently brought the color purple.
Yeah, it's the
from
color
space.
That is the space color.
I think that was the point of the original short story, was that a color that we'd never seen before on Earth showed up. So they decided to represent that with purple, since purple isn't often shown on screen as a color.
There's literally a movie called The Color Purple. We know what purple is.
I know.
I know, but it is something where it was a really rare color, so it's usually associated with royalty in that, so you don't often see it, especially in like the Technicolor that they were using in this movie.
And Nas says they met a guy and he liked the lake, right? Yes, that is true. Also says purple is pretty great. Yes, I love the color purple. It's probably one of my favorite colors. And wasn't there a dog? Yes, yeah. And unfortunately, the dog died.
There was?
Yeah, there was a dog.
Over a year ago. Yes, the dog did die.
Yeah. Well, did the dog become like part of the mom or something?
It became part of that gelatinous substance.
Yeah.
Yeah, like something happened, and for some reason, the mother and the son mutated into one creature.
Yeah.
It was quite disturbing.
Did the daughter live?
Nobody lived.
Oh,
Did everyone die in that?
I think everybody died, if I'm recalling it correctly.
I thought it was the sort of movie where like the police showed up at the end and like Nic Cage had to explain why his entire family was dead.
Okay, so
y'all more wanna know why.
someone's going to Na's going to spark notes just to double check. Thank you, because honestly, this was just one of those weird movies. And
Yeah, I don't remember much about it.
Yeah, it was really weird. But me and
Like,
JB went to bed, still watching it, and at one point he was like, "Can we just shut this shit off? My brain is melting."
Yeah,
Like,
I
I vaguely
completely
remember
The
go ahead,
name
Bryce.
is
there
more
being
memorable
lights.
than the movie.
Yep.
You vaguely remember what, Bryce?
I vaguely remember it was like Nic Cage meets RGB lights. That's all I remember from that movie.
I completely forgot there was a horse in the movie until I went to IMDb and I was wondering who Shebanga was, but that's just a name of one of the horse actors.
Was a horse?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
The
girl.
horse die?
There's a horse girl. She had like a horse that she was taking care of at the start of the movie,
Jesus, don't.
and I think the horse bolted later on.
I really don't remember this movie at all.
The only
The
smart
horse might
creature
have
in that
survived.
whole freaking movie.
Did Cage
I
have a
remember-
mustache?
Well, huh?
Did Nicolas Cage have a mustache or a beard or something? I don't
He had a
know.
mustache.
Rocking the dad vibe.
I
Also-
mean, he has a lot of things.
Yeah. Also, Jolie Richardson, not her best work.
That was no one's best work.
No,
We've seen a couple of movies with her in it, haven't we?
I think
I
this
seem to
was
remember her
actually
name
her only
recently.
one. No, I think this was her only one that we watched. I think-
Oh, she's cast in The Sandman. That's probably what I'm thinking of.
Oh, maybe. But yeah, no, this was her only one. But no, once again, Nic Cage was just like Nic Cage. He would lose his shit at various points, be totally deadpan at other points. Shit would happen, and then the end.
Yeah, I think you summed it up. Would not watch again.
No, and it was clearly it was not memorable, but yeah, because some of us have forgotten major details.
All of the plot points, except it had Nicolas Cage. That was the plot point.
I think. What was that one we watched? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Na says, okay, so Lavinia, I totally
Lavinia.
messed up. Yeah, uses a copy of a Necronomicon to cast a ritualistic spell to protect herself and allow her to escape. And she technically escapes the farm, and she's dragged off into space by the color purple, although probably not in the manner she envisioned when she cast the spell. And that about sums up the movie. Go for it, Jeff.
Man, I don't even remember what I was going to say. That was just such crap.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I think we watched, what was that other space movie with Wesley Snipes?
Oh, Jesus.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I think we watched that one around the same time. So I definitely recall. There we go. Yeah.
That was bad too.
Yeah. So I think I'm combining pieces of those two things together because I liked the vivid purple from The Color Out of Space, but I also like the floating jellies from Recall.
See, I think I was drunk during Recall, or at the very least, I fell asleep during it.
That's a whole episode in itself.
Yeah.
Then we have what was it? It was jujitsu, which I'm still offended on multiple levels with that movie and its cultural insensitivity.
It's a little appropriated. Yeah, they not accurate at all.
See, I don't really feel that we can argue that that's cultural appropriation, considering how like that movie was funded by the Chinese. So,
Yeah.
like, to me, it feels less like it's cultural appropriation and more like they're trying to promote their own culture, but also trying to go, yes, but emperors are bad.
Because this one, it was like Predator style. Like they had invisibility cloaks. So
Yeah.
the bad guy
Wait, sorry.
couldn't see them.
Again, I'm confusing movies because we're also doing Outcast, and that's what I'm thinking of that was funded by the Chinese.
Yeah, that
because
was
they're
funded
the
by the
same
Chinese.
movie.
They weren't really similar. I wanted more Cage in both of them, though. Not enough Cage.
Yeah, we had like little to no Cage in either of those films, and that was actually something I was going to bring up. It has him with top billing.
Yep.
But he's barely in the fucking movie.
Do you know what's really, really sad about that?
What?
That movie had a $25 million budget. Nicolas Cage got $5 million for 3 days of work.
Oh, that fucking is unreal.
20% of that budget went towards Nicolas Cage phoning it in as a drunken mentor who just was in a cave.
God damn! How come I'm not worth $5 million for 3 days?
Well, keep in mind, Nicolas Cage is part of quote unquote film royalty because he's also a Coppola. That's where a good chunk of his name comes from.
I think a good chunk of that is that people know, like rich people know there's a lot of people like us out there that will just watch a dumb movie because Nicolas Cage is in it. And we want to watch Nicolas Cage make all the wrong choices.
It's like a car accident. You don't want to look, but you don't want to look away.
Yeah,
you really want to see what's going on, even if it's horrendous.
Y'all need to keep
human nature.
watching.
Like I'm positive directors will get like a decent cut out of Cage, then just tell him to go wild, and then use him going wild cuts in the movie.
Yeah.
There's like the history of swears. He was technically acting for that, like he was reading from a script in that, and he was fine.
Yeah, that was actually fun to watch. That was a good series.
Yeah.
It was educational.
Yeah, it was educational. But again, my problem is that, okay, you gave us something good. Now you're going to give us 15 million horrible things.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing, like,
ripped to
if
shreds.
you're getting $5 million for 3 days work, how can you say no?
Yeah.
Like if the movie was called Nicolas Cage Sucks, like that man is too far in debt to turn down roles. Like the fact that he's getting $5 million for 3 days work and not, okay, Nicolas Cage, if you pay us $100,000, we'll let you star in this. Because like I wouldn't want him near one of my movies if I was trying to make a good movie. But if I was trying to make a movie that gets publicity, I'm going to cast Nic Cage in it. Actually, he's got a movie coming out with his name in it, doesn't he?
No.
Yeah, we were definitely talking about this.
Oh, no.
Oh, I missed that conversation then.
Oh, it doesn't have his name in it. It's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, where a cash-strapped Nic Cage agrees to make a paid appearance at a billionaire superfan's birthday party, but is really an informant for the CIA since the billionaire fan is a drug kingpin and gets cast in a Tarantino movie.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my God, It's like Angry Video Game Nerd just came up with this concept and was like, I just want to watch the whole world burn. So let's just
it has
Nic Cage.
It has Nic Cage as Nic Cage and also co-stars Pedro Pascal, Tiffany Haddish, and Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh.
No!
That sounds so bad, but there's so many people in it.
But it's the sort of thing where it's like they're just asking Nic Cage to show up and be Nic Cage, which is all he does anyway.
Well, that's true, but still.
So like there's no expectation of Nicolas Cage being anything other than himself.
Well, that was the life lesson we were always taught growing up, is just be yourself and people will like you.
I mean, he's a national treasure.
That is true.
That was a good one.
That is true. But I will say for jiu-jitsu, the only good thing about that film was some of the effects that was Predator style, even though it was totally ripping off of it. In which case, I still say we just watch Predator.
I mean, there's already a couple of Mortal Kombat movies. We didn't need jujitsu.
No.
Like that's all that movie was Mortal Kombat, but focused on only one martial art. We haven't even mentioned the plot of the movie. The plot of this movie is that an alien comes to Earth to defeat like 9 people in a jujitsu one-on-one tournament.
Yeah, but like you didn't even get that through watching most of the film. And
the entire film was just, let's all go find this guy and take him on one at a time.
Literally one.
Because you get mad if we tag team him.
Well, and not only that, spoiler alert, apparently one of them was Nic Cage's son, which was the main character. Spoiler alert. And they didn't even mention that when Cage's character was still in the plot.
Oh, this was another one where he died, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like he died heroically saving everybody, just like in Outcast. Like it's just the same movie.
They're very
so JB, we were talking about this, and he said pretty much the same thing you did, Jeff. He was like, this was endorsed by the Chinese government. Yeah. And we were then talking, and he's like, you do know that China actually loves Nic Cage, right? That's probably why they cast him in this movie. And I was like, what about Hayden Christensen? And Josh then pointed out, to be fair, he didn't have much of a career to begin with.
It's true.
He did that.
Maybe they really liked no, it wasn't the Phantom Menace. Maybe they really liked Attack of the Clones?
Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith.
He did some. Was he in like Zodiac or something too?
He was in that Jumper movie about time travel. Yeah, you know what? He was good in that. I liked that movie.
Didn't he also like quit acting for a while? Wasn't he one of those people that was in a few giant movies, then just like has a day job now?
No, he still acts. But, like, yeah, he kind of fell off the radar for a little while.
Wait, is he in that Italian pizza movie with Emma Robertson?
Which movie is that, Charles?
Is that like a guy, 2 Guidos, and a pizza place?
That sounds like an episode of The Jersey Shore. But, no, it makes you really want to eat pizza and drink wine.
Where did our special guest go, by the way?
I have no idea. They were saying they had Zoom problems earlier.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, that was once again another interesting movie. And then the chick from Mulan, she was in it.
Hey Na has to restart their computer.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hayden Christensen and Nicolas Cage spend most of the movie trying to protect these 2 people, and it turns out the princess is Mulan the entire time.
It's true. And well, we were talking about it, and I remember just looking, I was like, I think she's the one who plays the live action Mulan. And JB was like, oh, we didn't watch it. And I was like, yeah, but I saw the trailer like a bunch of times. So I think that's her.
I'm sure I'll get around to it sometime this summer.
Oh, probably. I just didn't bother yet because, once again, you're not telling the actual good story of Mulan. You're trying to Disney-ize this bullshit.
It's like Disney plus China.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly would love to hear. I've only ever seen one movie where they actually did the actual story to Mulan, and that was also done by China, but it was as close to the original story. But anyways, we're getting off topic. But yeah, no, this was another one that was pretty bad. This was during the Crusades, wasn't it? This film?
Apparently.
Well, that was what was implied because Hayden Christensen
Yeah.
had that red cross on his armor the entire time.
Yes.
And then he had some PTSD for some reason. And he like retired, but then he didn't lose it. He was still like the best in the land. And then they went east, and they went more east. That was basically their journey.
And he spent 90% of the movie either on heroin or withdrawing from heroin.
I thought it was shrooms.
No,
That's
heroin.
really
Those full on heroin.
Oh,
Okay.
I tapped out with like 20 minutes left. I could not do it. The ending is still a mystery to me. Apparently, it was not a happy ending.
Just remember jiu-jitsu. There was a battle scene. A lot of people died, including Nic Cage.
Yep. And no one had a happily ever after, so to speak.
All right.
Yeah.
So out of the three, if I had to watch one again, it would be jiu-jitsu. And that's sad.
I think I'd rather watch Color Out of Space. Like, it looked better than the other two.
Can I have my teeth drilled out? Is that an option?
No.
No.
Damn it.
You have to pick one of the three to watch again.
Okay, well, you know what? I would pick Color Out of Space to watch again, unfortunately, if I absolutely had to pick. How about you, Bryson?
I'm with you on that one. That was the most tolerable, which isn't saying much for it.
It was just, I think it was the weirdest one out of all of them.
It was. It definitely was. I don't think you could. You know what? If you paid JB, he would sit down and watch them again. But you'd have to pay him.
Handsomely.
Like, Outcast and Jiu-Jitsu, I'd put it like -5, -6 each. But Color Out of Space, I'd only have it like -3. Like, it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as those two. I mean, especially like we didn't even really mention an Outcast, like the white saviorism.
Oh, I hated that.
The two white people show up and they're better at everything than all the Asian people.
Yeah, that was the thing.
I need to see that again.
Yeah, I didn't get that part. I was like, okay, this is a culture that literally created several different martial arts, probably more. And you're telling me that two white guys came in and saved the day? No.
And there were dragons everywhere. There was no other decorative style besides dragons.
Yeah, does no one know about the Chinese zodiac? I mean, they have 12 animals on there. The only mythical one is the fucking dragon. The other 11 are actual animals that really do exist, and they are all worshipped and loved in China, and the only one we focus on is a fucking dragon. I hate in every single film that is Western in which they try to base in China.
Dragons are nicer to have everywhere besides a bunch of roosters or rats. I can see that for the decorative perspective. They're more majestic. I was born in the year of the rooster, I can say that. No, we can't.
I am also a cock.
I was trying to not say that. I think I am, at least.
Me and JB are Year of the Dragon.
Must be cool. Oh, I'm a rooster and a Cancer. I got the worst signs going, man.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Ozzy, who is still in my belly, is going to be Year of the Oxen.
Projected to be.
I hope he doesn't stay around until next February.
I would hope so too. That would get real awkward real quick.
Oxford.
But yeah, no, I agree with your rating, Jeff. Color Out of Space, I would give a -3. I would give Jiu-Jitsu a -7 and Outcast a -100. I hated that movie. If I never have to watch it again, I will be too happy.
Oh man, I'm just taking a look at Outcast here on Wikipedia. I completely forgot that Nicolas Cage's character was called the White Ghost.
Ooh, right. Because he was only in it for like 5 minutes. Literally.
Yeah, true.
Wonder how much you paid for that.
Like I was taking a look here to see if this is based on history, and It's just saying like dynastic China in that. It's not giving me like links to things that really happened.
Oh God. Nah. Question: how would you rate the 3 Nic Cage films we picked for this week?
Is not back?
It says they are.
Oh, okay.
How about you, Bryson? Or are you content with Jeff's rating system as well?
I've only seen 2 out of the 3.
That's okay. Give us the rating that
But
you're
I
able
do
to.
agree. I agree. Color of the Space was by far the superior turd.
We'll take that.
But
yeah.
Pretty on board with your rating system for the other 2, though. Like, I think you're spot on.
Negative 100 for Outcast. That seems actually very accurate.
That one I have not seen. That's the one I haven't seen.
But it was very...
Well, will I now? Thank you.
Oh, please don't. Please don't. Don't. If you have not...
Waste your time. Save those 2 hours.
Yeah, save those 2 hours of your life. You will thank me if you just spare yourself the agony.
All right.
All right, so
that's enough.
I think that we're going to wrap this up because we are a little late starting today. Next week, we will try to do also a review of a good movie. But next week, which films should we do?
I can't even remember.
You're the one with the spreadsheet.
The spreadsheet.
All right. Okay. So, Na's coming in. They want to do Slaughterhouse.
Oh, Slaughterhouse Rolls.
That
was good.
We could do Recall. And
I mean, it's not like I'm going to be happy with any of these choices, but yeah, it'll be good.
And Havenhurst. So those will be our picks for next week.
Okay.
So Slaughterhouse, Recall, and Havenhurst, and that'll be our next week's pick. And that's it for Bad Movie Night for this week.
Good.
Yay.
Yay.